Now we'll be going over the credit note applying workflow. Now for example, this invoice has been already fully paid. Now we're gonna, for example, this customer wants to return more items. For example, he returns 2 items. So for example, the unit price is 2, so it's 1200. So when he returns it, the amount gets returned. But now if we can see that the credit note has not been applied to the specific this thing. Credit note has been created for the specific invoice, but it's not been applied as this invoice is already paid. So when you go into credit for sales returns, you can see that there was a sales return that was made 1200. You can see here, and there was a credit note that has been created here. But you can see it's not applied. It has gone to customer credit. You can see it's sales return. Now when you go to customers, you can see that the customer revenue is 4,600 as we paid this much to the customer. How much is the pending payment? Now when you go into invoice, you can see the pending payment 3150. And when you go into customer credit, you can see that 1260 is the specific customer credit. So when you go into credit notes, you can see that the same specific credit note has been created for this specific invoice. Now for example, the customer tells you that keep the money but apply it to my next invoice. Now for example, he has this invoice as well, and now we want to apply that specific credit note to this invoice. So when we click on apply credit note, you have an option to just select the credit note. You can apply it. Obviously you can either go to 1260, you cannot go above this obviously, as the credit note does not have more amount than this. You can see the remaining after apply 1890. So you can choose the invoice total including VAT, then the remaining, and when you apply this, automatically the remaining gets deducted. You can see the credit note has been applied, and when you go into the customers, you can see that the customer credit has gone to 0 as there is only one specific customer credit, and you can see that the customer credit is here. And now when you go back to the invoice, you go to pay, you see that only the remaining amount is 1890. So you can record the payment, and that's how the customer credit works, and how you can apply credit notes to a specific invoice or a credit note that was created for a previous, and you can apply it to a new invoice. So that's how pretty much the sales module is, as we've gone over the customer, the codes, this complete workflow, and how it's connected. Now you also have an option to export to Excel for every single page. Now for example, we click here F11, you can see specific that has been created here. You can export, so pretty much every page has this option. So now that's pretty much it for the main parts of the software: sales, purchases, inventory. Now we'll be going over the income expense, how you can input manual income and manual expense, how you can, and how you'll see the reports in the next tutorial.